welcome back to the Ask Johnny channel. You know, we get a lot of correspondence here on the Ask Johnny channel, and a lot of correspondence lately has been about Peru and the ancient inhabitants. So that's what we're going to be looking at over the next few episodes, seeing what the bloody hell was going on in Peru over the last couple of thousand years.
We love each other. What are you going to do about it?
G'day, Johnny. Here we are back for another exciting episode. G'day, Johnny. What have you got for us? Righto, Johnny, we'll get straight to it. This is from Cynthia Harris, and she's up in Honolulu. Hello to everybody in Honolulu. Keep watching us. But, Johnny, Cynthia says, Johnny, your videos on ancient anomalies have been wonderful. What are your views on Peru, Johnny? It seems to have all sorts of secrets. Signed, Cynthia Harris from Honolulu. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Thanks, Cynthia. Johnny, what about Peru? It's bloody. Oh, Jesus, Peru, Johnny. It seems anywhere you go in Peru, you just trip over bloody megalithic and ancient bloody sites. The joint's full of them.
You can start to see it. It's a false door carved into the stone.
Pues para allá. Ya nos vamos caminando.
Brian Forster, and today we're in the little town of Chucuito near Lake Titicaca in Peru.
But what am I going to look at particularly here today, Johnny, is the ancient, beautiful lake of Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca. It's bloody huge freshwater lake, about 10,000 feet. Lake Titicaca. And all around the bloody shores of this lake, and even in the lake, Johnny, there's all sorts of ruins and ancient sites.
Welcome back to Earth from Space. Ahead of World Wetland Day, Copernicus Sentinel-2 takes us over Lake Titicaca, one of the largest lakes in South America. Covering an area of around 8,300 square kilometers, Lake Titicaca lies on the high Andes Plateau and straddles the border between Peru to the west and Bolivia to the east. It is considered the highest major body of navigable water in the world, as it sits at an elevation of 3,800 meters above sea level. The lake extends.
But today we're going to look at the people who actually live on the lake in floating islands. Floating villages, what, they float and the people live on them and they...
Hi, this is Brian Forster, and welcome to Lake Titicaca. We are presently at Puno, on the northern end of the lake in Peru, and we're about to get on a boat for a ride to what are called the Uros floating islands.
A lot of the film you're going to see today, Johnny, is from the great Brian Forster. Oh, Brian, he's been everywhere over there. He's a bloody expert. Forster. He's done all sorts of research on bloody ancient civilizations all around the world, and especially around Peru and Lake Titicaca.
Now, the Uros are a people quite different from the Quechua and Aymara people that live in the area now. The Quechua go back possibly 2,000 years, as do the Aymara, but the Uro, whose actual origins are unknown, have been living on these floating islands for at least 3,000 years. Their origin is unknown, but some stories say that they came from the Amazon jungle area, though that is unknown. Supposedly their blood type is quite different than most human beings, and so their origins are quite intriguing.
Yeah, right. Different blood type? What the hell does he mean by that, for Christ's sake?
See our totora reeds on the left and right hand side. Totora is native to Lake Titicaca, as well as the coast of Peru, and also Easter Island, quite curiously. The burning that you see in the background is actually a massive totora fire that was probably set accidentally. Now, these islands are quite easy to get to from Puno. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half to get there, and right now we're coming up to an actual checkpoint where a toll is paid in order to visit these fascinating islands. The islands are indeed floating. They're made out of totora reed.
Oh, I wonder if they got Gilligan and Skipper there.
In the case of this one, 6 families live on the island, and because they live on a floating island, they pay no tax, as in income tax. Quite a few of them have day jobs in the city of Puno or elsewhere, but they're trying quite hard through tourism to be able to protect their culture.
Of course, it's turned into a bit of a bloody tourist attraction, which is a bit of a shame. You know, you go over there and they dance around in their costumes and you pay them a few bucks and all that sort of stuff.
The Uru humbly welcome you with their traditional greeting.
I mean, it's interesting, but it's just a bit sad. Oh, the tourists, yeah, well, you can't blame them, can you, Johnny?
So here you see almost everything is made out of the totora reed, including the houses.
They originally did it, they reckon, to be safe from marauding bloody enemies and all that sort of stuff. And they've just kept on with it. I don't know how they go if the bloody joint catches fire. Oh, there's stuff everywhere around there, Johnny. No matter where. Jesus Christ!
And each one of these little buildings is for a specific use. One would be a bathroom, another would be a kitchen, another would be sleeping quarters. There you see a map of Lake Titicaca. And this is an explanation by a tour guide as to what we're seeing. And now she's introducing us to the mayor of the island. Yes, a mayor of 6 families. Each island has a mayor, and they have regular meetings in order to discuss the affairs of state. We're now seeing the local fish that exists and is the staple diet of the people. Also, millions of rainbow trout grow on the island. And here we see the process by which the totora is cut in order to move it. And again, as the islands begin to sink, very slowly, then more and more of the very fibrous and hollow totora is put on top. It's not really hollow, but it has cells that keep the water out over an extended period of time. And here's an overview of the 80-something floating islands of the Uru people.
And these bloody floating islands, Johnny, they're just going to be the first step in our comprehensive bloody research we're going to do on the surrounds of Lake Titicaca and Peru generally. And I'm sure it's going to be very popular indeed. Well, Johnny, that episode's going to be absolutely fascinating.
An experience in terror that'll tear your nerves to shreds.
Well, what did you think of that? Living on the lake, hey? Imagine all the council requirements you'd have to do here to do something like that. Join us next time when we continue our look at ancient Peru and what the hell was going on back then.
Where'd you get that gun?
Take a good look at it, Joe. Take a good look at the gun.